the heartless, and the wicked.
Okay, this drive is becoming tiresome. You said you knew where you were going, but be honest, you don't have a clue, do you?
It's hard to believe you could still be tired after that long nap you just took. Why don't you just shut up and enjoy the scenery?
What scenery?
How's your leg doing? That was quite a little stumble you took.
Always the graceful swan, your brother is.
My knee still aches a bit. I'm sure being cramped in this jalopy for 3 straight hours has just done wonders for it.
It serves you right. You should have been more careful with that girl. Oh, how I wish I was there to see you flailing around like a dancing clown. But seriously, Daddy, where are we going? We must have driven halfway across the country by now.
It hasn't even been 3 hours yet, girl. And I'm the one driving. There is no we. You and your brother have done nothing but sleep and complain.
Like we have anything else to do. Can we at least stop by to get something to eat? I'm starving.
Sit back and shut up. This isn't a picnic, girl. Here. Chew on this for a while.
Gum. Are you being serious right now? This will only make me more hungry.
Will you please just put something in your mouth so that you stop talking?
We won't find any places on this road for miles. And even if we do, we're not stopping. You got that?
We know you're making this up as you go. Weren't you supposed to have this all planned out, Father?
I did. That plan changed when you had to act like a horse's ass and let that girl see your face.
What a chowderhead.
Chew your gum, Elsa, before I make you choke on it.
Daddy, did you hear what he just said to me?
Eric, go back to sleep. And Elsa, shut up.
Did you know that frogs come in all sorts of colors, not just green?
Give it to me.
What?
The gum. Give it to me now.
Daddy, watch the road.
Give me the gum, girl.
From my mouth?
Spit it out. That was a mistake.
Thank you. I was 1 second away from ripping it from her mouth.
Ugh! I can't stand being in this car anymore, especially sitting next to this guy. Daddy, please!
I'm the one who's stuck next to a loudmouth dimwit who chews like a damn cow.
What did you say?
Honestly, Father, I can't take any more of this monotonous driving. Either tell us where we're going or let us out of this car. I need to stretch my legs. My knee is really beginning to ache now.
And I need to go to the bathroom.
Out.
What?
Huh?
Get out. Well? Go! This spot will have to do. I can't stand to be with the two of you another goddamn minute.
Do for what? What are we going to do?
Paul Riley opened the trunk of the old Ford, and he and his son looked down at a frightened girl bound and gagged. Shaking with fear, she stared up at the two men in horror. Tears flowed down her face, and blood stained her clothing.
To think you let this sweet little dove get the better of you? To allow her to pull off your mask and injure your leg? Talk about amateur night. Now everything has changed.
If you're so clever, then why didn't you do it yourself?
I should have. At least then she wouldn't have to die. I can't count on you for anything.
Hey, what are you doing? Why do you have the trunk open?
Tying up your brother's loose ends.
Do you think this is wise? What if somebody drives by?
What's the matter, sweetie? Are you hungry? Thirsty? Join the club, doll. Oh, Jesus, Daddy! You could have warned me you were going to do that.
I'm going to take care of this. I'll meet up with you two afterwards.
Meet up? What do you mean, meet up?
I mean just what I said, Elsa. I've had more than my fill of you two for a while.
But what about the plan? How are we going to get the ransom money now? You sort of just eliminated our bargaining chip.
I'll get the ransom. Don't you worry your empty head over it.
But you just killed the girl.
Parents tend to be very emotional creatures when it comes to their precious little children. Most of them refuse to give up hope until they see those cold, glossy eyes looking up at them from the slab. Sure, you've made it more difficult for me, but I'll get it done. You should have known you sentenced that girl to death the moment you let her see your face. I'll see you two after this is finished. I can't afford any more screw-ups.
Oh, come on, Daddy. You're not really going to leave me here in this place. I'm your daughter.
So now family means something to you, huh?
Oh, please, not this again. Look, Mama's been dead for over a year now. I think you need to get over it.
She's right, Father. There was nothing any of us could have done for her.
Except loved her, or at least shown the smallest ounce of compassion for her.
So now suddenly you're Mr. Tenderheart.
No, but even a man like myself feels some of the time, Elsa. I doubt either of you have ever had a genuine feeling in your entire lives. Love, remorse, even joy. All foreign ideas to you.
Old man, you just blew a girl's brains all over my freaking shirt. And now you want to talk about your feelings? Honestly.
Just know that you were loved once by someone who is forever gone. Someone who saw hope where there was none, and feelings where there were none. I don't know why I would have expected anything better to come from me. Perhaps I had hoped. No, forget it.
I'm really sick of hearing about this, Father. If there is truly no hope for us, as you say, maybe that's the fault of the people who raised us. Have you ever thought about that for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, so let us back into the car, and let's just get back to what we were doing.
I thought you wanted to stretch your legs, Eric. No? The only way either of you are getting back into this car is if you want to ride in the trunk with the recently deceased.
Oh my God, you're really going to leave us here? Why? What did we do anyway? Because I was chewing gum? Because we didn't cry when Mama died? What?
He's never liked us, Elsa. Haven't you realized that by now? He wishes we were never even born. All this talk of love and family from a man who never even cared for his own children.
I care enough to say this. Remember, in this world there is real evil. And I'm not talking about the cruelty of a son who felt nothing but emptiness while his mother lay dying, her only wish being to see his face one last time, or the heartlessness of a daughter who broke her mother's heart time and time again, driving her to cry herself to sleep night after night. Or even a husband who never deserved a wife who loved him more than he knew and stayed with him when she should have left. No, I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about things that are truly sinister and without pity of any kind. Things dark and wicked. Things even more devoid of feeling than you two.
Oh yeah, we'll remember.
You do that.
I'm real scared.
You should be.
I hate you.
Okay, well, off you go. See you soon. I can't wait.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Over an hour had passed since their father had drove off, and Eric and Elsa had yet to see another vehicle pass by. The road seemed to stretch out into eternity, and the two began to deeply resent their father for abandoning them in such a place.
Can't believe he just left us here. There's nothing in sight.
Will you please wait up a bit? My knee is killing me. Ah, damn that old fool. We'll get him back for this.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't walk anymore with my leg the way it is. So you're going to have to go on ahead and bring back help.
Why, you lazy little toad. You're gonna make me do all the walking while you take a nice little siesta? I hardly think so.
All right, Elsa. Then let's both just sit down here together. We can sing folk songs while we slowly dehydrate and starve. Maybe if we're lucky, a pack of wolves will happen by tonight. And won't that be fun?
Wolves?
I've only got 2 bullets in here. Hardly enough to protect us from a pack of hungry flea bags.
All I have is a knife, Eric.
It'll be just fine. Wolves mostly hunt at night, so if you can find help before then, we'll be okay.
Forgive me if I don't trust your vast knowledge on the subject. There may also be bears and cougars around here, you know.
Damn it, Elsa, will you just go? The sooner you get started, the sooner we can get the hell out of here. I've walked as far as I possibly can with this leg. The pain is getting worse with each step.
Fine then. I'll go find help. And if you're lucky, I may just come back for you.
Elsa continued to walk the road alone for another hour before she began to spot hints of humanity, road signs, and what looked to be a farm on the other side of the trees. She ventured down towards the farm, hoping that it was not as lonely and abandoned as the rest of the surroundings. She could see no one present, but did spot some animals and a small house. Here there would be someone, she thought. Here the nightmare would end.
Freeze! Hold it right there. Hands up. Put 'em up.
Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to find...
Didn't you see the no trespassing signs, doll? We shoot trespassers on sight around here.
Look, I didn't see any signs, and I'm not trespassing, I'm just lost, okay?
Lost, huh? A likely story.
Listen, I really just need some help. My brother is hurt a few miles down the road.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so, babe? It's okay. You can put your hands down now.
You're just a kid.
Sorry about that. I was just playing around. My name is Sam. What's yours?
Elsa. You know, Sam, you could get into serious trouble that way.
I'm sorry, Elsa. I didn't mean to scare you.
You didn't scare me, Sam. Hey, Sam, are your parents around?
My parents are dead, but my grandparents are home.
Oh, dandy. I really need to speak with them, Sam.
Sure, right this way. Hey, Papa.
Sam, I thought I told you I wanted you to scrub them feeders today.
Sorry, Papa. I guess I forgot.
Sam, if I had a nickel for every time you forgot to do some... Oh, forgive me, miss.
Cute goat.
It's a lamb.
Vaccination day today. This little guy may not like the shot, but he'd like it even less if he got sick. Is there something I might do for you, miss?
Her brother's hurt, and he's stuck down the
Now, Sam, don't be rude. I'm sure the young lady can speak for herself.
Well, sir, my brother and I were, Out hiking? Well, my silly brother, he sort of rolled down a cliff and injured himself.
Oh, you should know it's not safe to go hiking in these parts. Is that blood on your shirt? Are you hurt as well?
Oh, no, this is my brother's blood.
Sounds like he got hurt pretty bad. Down a cliff, you say?
Uh-huh. I'm worried he may be devoured by wolves.
Sam, you go tell your grandma about the situation. I'm gonna go help this young lady find her brother.
Okay, Papa.
Do you think you can remember the exact spot that you left him at?
Yes, I think so.
All right, good. My truck's parked over by the pigsty. You just lead the way.
Elsa led the old farmer, whose name she learned to be Jeremiah, back down the road to where Eric was waiting. After helping Eric back into the car, Jeremiah decided to drive the two back to his home. His wife, Abigail, he said, would look over Eric's leg and put some ice on it to help it heal. Eric agreed, and they traveled back to the farm.
It's a bad sprain, all right. Sam, go fetch me a bag of peas out of the icebox.
Sure thing, Gram.
There should also be an ace bandage below the sink in the bathroom.
You're sure he's not cut open any other place, and no scrapes or gashes?
Oh no, just a sprain is all. This should be healed up in just a few days.
Here's the peas and bandage.
Thank you, Sam.
Your help is much appreciated. Now, if you wouldn't mind giving my sister and I a lift into town, we can be on our way.
Oh, are you planning on staying at the hotel?
Not likely. We'll probably just get a cab out of town.
No cabs around here. Only the train comes through Vernon.
What does it cost to ride the train?
Well, $10 will get you to Bradford, but the train only comes through once a week.
What?
When was it in last?
Why, just yesterday.
Seriously?
There's a lovely hotel in town. If you'd like, you could stay there until the train comes back in.
Well, we don't actually have any money.
Oh.
You said you were on a hike. Where'd you start off at? I'll just give you a lift back to your vehicle.
My sister sometimes likes to make up little stories to amuse herself. The truth is, we were riding down the road with our father, and he kicked us out of the car and took off.
Oh, my.
Why did he do that?
'Cause he's an asshole.
So you're stuck?
Seems that way.
Hey, why don't you just stay here until the train comes back in?
Sam!
Oh, we couldn't.
I don't see that you folks have any other choice.
Abigail, could I talk to you privately for just a moment? Dear, we don't even know these people.
But, honey, they've got no place to go. Their father just left them out in the road with no food or money or anything.
That's what they say, but I'm not sure I trust them. That girl, she lied about being on a hike. How do we know the story about the father's true?
You're just being paranoid, dear. They need our help.
That girl's also got blood on her shirt, Abigail, and it didn't come from either one of those two.
They're just kids, dear. If we sent them away, what sort of an example would we be setting for Sam?
All right. You win this one. Well, we talked it over, and we decided to let you stay here until the next train comes through town. We don't really have the room to spare here in the house, but there's an old hut down a ways that should do. It leaks a bit in the rain, but it should be comfortable.
That's very kind of you. You have our thanks.
Sam, you show our two guests down to the hut now, okay? Later, we can all have some nice Brunswick stew.
Okay, Gram. Just follow me. So this is where the farmhands stay from time to time. Papa can afford to keep them all year round, so right now, it's all yours.
Oh, how lucky we are.
Well, there might be a few mice and possums hiding in here somewhere, but they won't bother you much.
Thank you, Sam. Now my sister and I need to talk for a bit. You'll call us when it's time to eat that delicious Brunswick stew your grandmother's cooking up, right?
Sure will. I think she may also be baking some hummingbird pie for dessert. Now that's good eating for sure. See you later.
I'm sure it's just what they call the pie.
I'm not. Oh, Eric, I can't do this. This place is disgusting, and these people are intolerable. Let's get out of here.
It's only for a few days.
How can you be so okay with all of this? God, I hate him, Eric. I really do. I hope he dies. And soon. No, I take that back. I hope he gets a long, drawn-out illness and suffers for a long time.
To hell with him, Elsa. He can keep his damn money all for himself. I, for one, don't ever want to see him again. We don't need him. When we get out of this place, we'll make our own way.
Oh, Eric, really? Do you mean it?
I do, but we'll need to put up with the situation for a short time first. Put on a nice face for these people, okay? That old man was all ready to send us on our way. We just need to play nice for a while, got it?
All right, fine.
Ready for some nice home cooking?
Ugh.
Sleep well?
I don't think I ever slept worse, Sam. What are you doing skulking around out here?
Well, Papa wanted me to ask you if you wouldn't mind helping him in town today. Graham needs some things for the market, but one of the cows is pregnant and she'd like to watch over her.
Is that what I'm here for, Sam? To run errands for your grandparents?
Well, Papa thought that you and Eric might want to see Vernon.
We would be happy to help out, Sam. You tell Jeremiah that we'll be along.
Alrighty.
That's one ugly thing.
That's Harold.
Harold. You named a scarecrow.
Not me. Papa found Harold in an old trunk inside the barn when he bought this farm. The name Harold was carved into the trunk, so he just figured that was just what the old owners must have called him.
Why not have him further out in the fields?
Papa sometimes comes down here late at night to think, and sometimes he talks to Harold.
Talks to him?
And does he ever talk back?
Nope, never.
I think your grandfather may want to check himself into a loony bin, Sam. Aw, did the wizard not have a brain for you, Harold?
If old Harold ever did have a brain, it ain't nothing but dirt now. That old thing must be older than I am.
Sam said you needed our help in town today?
If you wouldn't mind, some tools I ordered just arrived at the hardware store. I was wondering if you could give me a hand loading them into the truck. How's the leg doing?
It's doing much better, thank you. Your wife seems to know her stuff.
Yep, that she does. I can't count all the time she's had to stitch me up. And Sam, too. Right, you little rascal?
Can I come with you guys, Papa?
Nope, sorry, Sam. You got your chores to do. I expect them feeders to be as clean as a whistle by supper time. You hear?
Well, okay, Papa.
This here's the Palmer's Country Store. Vernon's still down the road a bit, so I'll drop y'all off here and pick you up on our way back. There are just a few things on that list that Abigail needs.
Okay, I'll pick them up for you.
Well, thanks, hon. Is there something I can do for you, miss?
Hi. I need to get the things on this list.
Buttermilk on shelf 2, cottage cheese shelf 2 also, and pickled relish.
Why are you talking like that? You sound like an idiot.
I can't help it, miss. I stutter.
Well, you're very annoying. Please stop speaking then. Listen, you know where everything is. Why don't you just go fetch it for me? I'll wait here.
It's not that I'm soft in the skull. Just talk this way.
Yeah, I'm sure you're a regular genius otherwise. My stuff?
As the boy stepped from around the counter, Elsa noticed a very large safe in the corner of the store. Her first thought was that of surprise. Did a small shop like this really require such a large safe? And then, why? What could be in there? Her interest grew, and it seemed as though the contents of the safe were calling to her, inviting her to look inside and quiet her curiosity.
That'll be $37.29.
Say, what's your name, kid?
Name's Boone Palmer, miss.
What you got in that big old safe there, Boone? Is that where you put all the money from the store?
Yep, and from the hotel and the diner, too.
Oh?
And also from the festival we just had. Yep, at the end of the week, it gets put in the bank.
Take your time, honey.
Well, my pa owns all three places.
Oh, wow. So you're a big shot around here, huh, Boone?
Well, my pa.
My name is Elsa Riley. My brother and I just moved into the area, and I haven't made any friends yet. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest, Boone.
Nothing to be nervous about, Elsa. Folks in these parts are real friendly.
Well, I can see that you're very friendly, Boone.
Thank you.
Hey, I didn't put these things on the list, but could you also throw in some extra cigarettes and some of that ammunition there? Oh, and this magazine and some of those chocolates.
Okay, $56.09.
Splendid. Thank you, Boone. You've been very helpful. I look forward to seeing you again soon.
My pleasure, Elsa.
Bye-bye.
Here, let me get that for you, Elsa. Got one or two extra things, huh?
I thought we may need them. I hope it's okay.
Fine. Yep, old Bernice is due any day now. Hey, have either one of you two ever seen a calf being born?
Never.
Well, maybe you'll get lucky this time. It's really quite the thing to see.
I'd rather not see that, thanks.
Well, to each his own. It does get kind of messy, that's for sure.
What's with the kid in the store?
Boone? He's a nice boy. Bit soft in his skull, so to speak, but a nice boy. Good baseball player, too. His daddy's old man Palmer. He runs most of Vernon. Hell, the man pretty much owns the whole town. I met him once at the summer festival. Nice fella, but you can't help miss the intenseness in his eyes.
I see.
That Boone's a character, though. God knows where he'd be if he was anyone else's son. I wouldn't trust that boy to clean out a chicken coop.
So listen to this. When I was in the market today, there was a huge safe behind the counter, and the kid working there told me that all the money that is made from the store, the hotel, and local diner is stored in there. It won't be deposited in the bank until the end of the week. And there was also some kind of festival which was just held. Those proceeds are also in there.
How much are we talking about?
It has got to be a lot, right? Definitely enough to get us started on our own.
So you're suggesting we somehow break into the store, crack the safe, steal the money, and then steal a car or truck and disappear into the night?
Stop being a jerk.
Forget it, Elsa. We're strangers here. And these kind of people don't take kindly to strangers to begin with. Jeremiah and Abigail seem to be an exception, but if we're caught robbing from their town, they'll probably grind us up and use us for broth.
Don't be an idiot. Besides, I've got ideas. The kid that works there is kind of retarded, and it's just him, nobody else. If we can somehow get him to open the safe and then incapacitate him, we can be long gone before he's able to tell anybody.
I don't like it, Elsa. I don't like the idea of him telling anybody. I'll think about it.
Eric, do you hear that?
Yeah.
What is that?
How should I know? I'm in here with you, aren't I?
It sounds like somebody's walking around up top.
It's probably just an animal, Elsa.
It's not an animal, you fool.
What else could it be? We are on a farm.
How would it get up there? Besides, that sounds like a person walking around.
Well, it seems to have stopped. It was nothing. Maybe a weather vane beating on the roof.
God, I hate this place. What are you doing with this damn thing?
Huh? Oh, I thought you or Eric put him there.
Why would we do that, Sam?
I don't know.
Was that you crawling up on the roof last night? What the hell were you doing?
Huh? The roof?
Forget it, Sam. Put this damn guy away. You're not half bad with that thing, Sam.
Ha! Bullseye Sammy, they used to call me up north, could shoot the eye out of a bird in flight from 100 yards. I could.
Ever fire a real gun, hotshot?
Sure, Papa and I go on the hunt for white-tailed deer and beaver all the time.
Oh, then why not practice with a real weapon and not a little toy?
Whoa.
I thought you used guns before, kid.
Sure, but this one's like a cowboy's persuader. I've never used one like this before.
I like the way you talk, kid. You're a funny little guy. Yeah, I guess this would work fine on someone who needed a little persuading. Here, take it.
Nice. And don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot ya.
Don't point it at me, idiot. Point it at your little bottles over there.
Oh, sorry. Hey, you mean I can shoot it?
Sure. But on second thought, you should probably pick a larger target. Hey, I have an idea. Come here and help me with this thing. Did you hear that?
Yeah, what was that? Did he grunt?
Oh, you're funny, kid. Stop fooling around.
That wasn't me, Elsa. Honest to God. What are you doing?
Well, something made that sound. Maybe some rodent got inside him or something.
Maybe.
Oh well, anyway, he suits our needs for this. Just think of him as though he were a bad guy, waiting to draw on you.
The body that is sown is perishable. It is raised imperishable. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory.
Not like that, you numbskull. This isn't a toy like your little slingshot. This baby packs a punch and is liable to fly back and knock out those pearly whites of yours. Like this. Now watch close. Always use 2 hands so you can get a firm grip, okay?
Got it.
Relax your shoulders and straighten your arms. Are you watching?
Watching.
Keep a good, grounded stance and align your sights right on Harold's little old heart there. Then squeeze the trigger. Don't jerk it or you'll miss. Got that?
I got it all down.
All right, here you go. Careful now, hear me?
Okie dokie. Out here, due process is a bullet, pilgrim.
Damn, Sam. You are off by a mile.
Wow, this puppy's got bite.
Give it here. Time to die, Harold, you dirty sack of shit.
Whoa, you killed that sucker for sure. And in the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years.
Are you trying to get us kicked off this place?
I was just practicing.
Well, wouldn't it be just wonderful to have to explain to Jeremiah why his grandson has a bullet in his face?
Relax, Eric. The kid's still here. No holes in your head, right, Sam? I mean, none that weren't already there.
Nah, I'm good. Thanks for showing me how to shoot your persuader, Elsa. I'd better go fetch Harold's head before Papa sees.
I know you're bored, Elsa, but please try not to draw too much attention to the fact that you're a gun-wielding psycho. At least for the time being.
Here it is. Boy, you sure got him good, Elsa.
Give it to me, Sam. How is it on here? Was it tied?
I'm not sure.
That's good enough for now.
Well, I better be going.
You going someplace, Sam?
Yep, sometimes Mr. Buck gives me a ride to the market to pick up Papa's feed.
Oh, good. It just so happens that Elsa needs to pick up a few things as well.
You don't think Mr. Buck will mind if I tag along, do you, Sam?
I don't see why, but why not just tell me what you want to get?
Well, to be honest, Sam, I just want to go for the ride. Is that okay?
She really wants to get to see that handsome boy who works at the market again. She's really got a thing for him.
Oh, shut up.
You may have to wait in line, Elsa. I hear Bobby Joe Elder has a huge crush on him also.
It's a real pleasure to see you again, Elsa.
Why, the pleasure's all mine, Boone.
She likes you a lot, Boone. She came with me just to see you.
Oh, I don't think...
Oh, Sam, you little tattletale, you.
Papa sent me to get the feed, Boone.
Put it on the tab, Sam?
Yup.
Oh, and Jeremiah also said we could get whatever we want, so add that to the tab also.
Wow, really? He did?
Yep, so just go get whatever you want.
Oh, boy.
I meant to ask you, Boone, do you consider me a friend?
Oh, sure, I guess.
Oh, how nice. I'm very happy to hear that. You know, I don't have many friends around here. Would you like to do something with me sometime? Like, whatever it is you people do around here?
Do you mean on a
Oh, Boone, are you asking me out on a date? Why, you bold little devil, you.
No.
Oh, you don't like me?
I
Boone Palmer!
Oh!
You were supposed to deliver our feed 1 hour and a half ago, and we still ain't got it, boy. Watch out the way, Goldilocks. Lil boy, what do you gotta say for yourself?
I'm so sorry.
Better yet, do me a favor, and don't speak, son. When you open your damn pie hole, you're more irritating than a frog with an apple core caught in its throat. Just bring them a damn feed so I can get on my way.
Yeah.
God damn it, boy. Get.
Well, wait. I here. Here you.
And I ain't paying no delivery fee since, you didn't deliver it.
Oh, okay.
Just shut up, dum-dum. And if you want to keep running this store for your daddy, you best find a brain to put in that skull, son.
Who was that obnoxious hound dog?
Oh, that was Bobby Joe Elder. She's been picking on me since I was small.
Why do you let her? Why not punch her in her face?
Bobby Joe wrestles hogs with her brothers. She'd probably tie Boone in a granny knot if he tried.
Oh. Well, anyway, Boone, let's say I had something very valuable and I was really worried about it. Do you think you could, maybe...
You want to store it in the safe?
Little eavesdropper!
Oh, I don't think I can open this safe just when the bank trunk comes.
Not even for a friend, Boone? Not even for me?
What do you got that's valuable, Elsa? Do you want to put your gun in there?
Oh, listen, I think Buck is back. I think he's calling you, Sam. Better go check.
No, he isn't. Look, if you want to ask Boone out on a date, then just say so. You love-struck teenagers and your silly games.
I'm not a teenager, Sam, and you're very annoying. Do you know that?
Yeah, I guess I know.
Look, there goes John Wayne. Hurry up, you might catch him.
I don't think so.
Ugh. Okay, well, do you have your candy and your little toys or whatever?
Sure do.
Uh-huh, and what's this? Are you supposed to be reading these, Sam?
Ha ha ha.
Okay, Boone, I'll also take this book and this bag of candy, some cigarettes, and something to hit Sam with if he keeps annoying me.
Sure thing.
Elsa.
How'd you like him new folks, Harold? Yeah, I'm not too sure about them either. I think they may be in some sort of trouble. Yeah, they seem nice enough, but, well, I don't know. It just seemed like they're hiding something, too. I suppose it's none of my business. But then again, I let them in here with my family, so, hell, maybe it is. What do you think, old buddy? You're a quiet one, that's for sure. A good listener, though. How do you keep falling down off this post here, anyhow? I tied you good and tight last time, but you still slipped out. You're a weird fella, that's for sure, Harold. But hey, we all got our jobs to do around here, and you're no different, you hear? You need to stand right here. You stand right here and just be scary. Just scare away all them crows and such, right? You can be scary. Come on, I know you can. Just give it a shot. And no more gallivanting, okay? You hear? Yeah, I guess I wouldn't much care to be tied to a post all day and night either.
Have you ever baked a pecan pie before, Elsa?
I've never baked a pie before.
Oh, you don't say. Well, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And when you've finished, you have a nice, tasty treat to enjoy.
Just tell me what to do and I'll give it my best shot.
First, if you can pull out the proper ingredients from the icebox there. We're going to need 3 eggs, a stick of butter, and some corn syrup.
Okay.
There should be some sugar under the counter there, and salts on the table.
All right.
I used to bake a lot with my mother and sisters when they were alive. Every summer we would cook for the county picnic. Potato salad, corn on the cob, black-eyed peas, cornbread, shoe-fly pie. Oh, I do miss those times.
My mother used to cook and bake. She was pretty good at it. She did try to teach me a few times. Maybe I should have paid more attention, but it never appealed to me. Oh well, she's gone now, so I guess it's too late.
Your mother passed away?
Yeah, a little over a year ago.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Everybody dies eventually.
But you must miss her, I'm sure. And you are very young.
She was all right. I mean, she was always nice to Eric and me. My father, however, I wouldn't mind seeing him dead. He's a rotten man.
Oh, honey, you shouldn't say that.
Why not? It's true.
I didn't always used to get along with my family. I don't know that anybody really does. But there isn't a day that goes by that I wouldn't give anything in the world to see them again, even if only for a moment. You only have one family, dear.
Thank God for that. Say, do you mind if I use your bathroom?
Of course not, dear. It's right across from the bedrooms.
Thanks.
Moving right past the bathroom, Elsa instead stepped into the bedroom. Something in here, she thought, something of value. She listened for Abigail and then proceeded to check the dressers and cabinets. She spotted a small jewelry box on one of the dressers and opened it. Inside, she discovered a few necklaces and rings.
This will do nicely.
I'm inclined to believe that sweet old Abigail had more of a hand in this pie than you did. It's actually pretty tasty.
No, she showed me how, and I'll take your compliment, thank you.
Well, you had it easy. I spent the day with Jeremiah and the cows. He even showed me how to milk one. Disgusting. The whole place was nothing but a barnyard of filth. Probably disease, too.
You know, it was kind of fun baking pie with Abigail. I remember Mama used to bake pies sometimes. Oh, by the way, take a gander at this baby.
Lovely. Did you pull that right off the old woman's finger? Or did you smother her in the flour first?
Do you always have to be so smart? I snatched it from a box in her bedroom. I can tell Boone it's mine, and he'll put it in the safe for me.
If you're really serious about this thing, we may have to go in all the way. You do know what that means, right?
I do. And don't worry, Eric. You don't know this kid. He's dumber than a can of corned beef. The other day when I was in there, he let some woman treat him like a dog. Granted, she was quite a large heifer who wrestles hogs, apparently, but he would have danced the Watusi if she ordered him to. Just imagine what I can make him do.
All right, Elsa. Get him to put it in the safe. Then we'll have him open it.
Seriously, what the hell?
I don't see anyone.
Sam, you little brat, this isn't funny. Don't expect us to put this thing back up again.
This is strange.
What's strange?
The other day you shot a hole in this thing's head.
So?
So now it's gone.
Let me see. Well, Jeremiah must have fixed it. I hate this thing, Eric. Let's build a fire and throw it in.
But then who will old Jeremiah have to chat with?
Hey, Harold, you're not invited inside, so get off our porch, you flea-bitten pile of filth. That thing is so disgusting. Who knows how old those rags are? And I think some animal built a nest inside. Next time it's the fire for you, Harold, old buddy. Yep, it's into the fire for good old Harold if he can't learn to stay on his post. This ring belonged to my grandmother. It's all I have left of her, and I would just be heartbroken if I lost it. Would you please keep it in your safe for the time being? I would be so grateful to you, Boone.
Well, I
Oh,
suppose.
thank you, Boone. What a nice boy you are. Your father must be so proud of you.
You're very kind, Elsa. Would you like to go over to the diner and have a drink with me?
Oh, I'd love to, Boone. But Jeremiah will be back to pick me up shortly.
Oh, then, all right.
You know what? I bet if we just go for a quick drink, it'll be all right. But what about the store here?
It's okay. I can close shop for a little while.
Well, then, all right.
So what's with the scarecrow?
Hmm?
That old rag bag you've got hung up outside the hut.
Oh, that's just an old thing we found in the barn when we bought the old place. Found it in a trunk up above in the hayloft.
Does it work?
You mean, does it scare the crows away, you mean? No, Harold's more useful as a decoration than a scarecrow. Maybe he's just too old and tired. Hey, I don't blame him.
Do you ever fix him?
Fix him?
You know, like take him down and change the material on his head, or give him new clothes to put on.
Nope, hadn't changed a thing. But, it's funny you should mention Harold.
Oh?
Yeah, you see, sometimes I talk to him down there, and I'll be damned if it don't seem like he's listening. I mean, really paying attention. Sometimes I'd swear he even moves.
Moves?
Yeah, like sometimes I'd swear he's looking one way, but then when I look again, he'd be facing the other. A few times I did find him off his post. Can't for the life of me understand how it happened. I got him tied up there mighty tight.
Maybe some animals or insects chewed the ropes loose. Could that have happened?
Yeah, sure. But something I just can't wrap my head around is how far away he gets from his post. I'd sometimes find him on the ground halfway to the hut. And once I even caught him on the porch. You know what it looked like? Like he'd been crawling. Like he'd been dragging himself on up there, trying to get inside. Strangest thing I ever saw.
Boone drove Elsa into the town of Vernon, where he showed her to his father's diner. There, the two got sodas, and Boone talked about his life growing up in Vernon, as well as his father and his businesses. He talked about his days playing baseball for the Vernon Tigers, and how they almost made it to the playoffs one year. Elsa, only half listening, could not care less about Boone or anything that he had to say. Her thoughts were on the safe, and how now all she needed was to return to the store with Eric and get Boone to open it again. Then all of its contents would be theirs. When Boone asked her about where she was from, Elsa made up a story about her family belonging to a traveling circus, and how her father would lift elephants and her mother would ride tigers through flaming hoops. Boone listened amazed and intrigued, causing Elsa to wonder if perhaps the boy was not all there after all. The two returned to the market almost 2 hours later. Boone had been having such a fine day with Elsa that he had lost track of time, a thing he rarely ever did.
Boone! Boone Palmer, you bird brain. What do you mean by closing down your shop at this time of day?
Just taking a little break, Bobby Joe.
Do you know I got other things to do today than to stand here waiting for you to wet your whistle, boy? I got 500 pounds of composted cow manure waiting for me in your shop, son. So you make haste, you dope.
Yes, ma'am.
You stay right here, Boone. Boone and I are on a date right now, darling, so you'll just have to wait until we're through.
Elsa, I wouldn't.
Oh, Boone, shut up.
Listen here now, Goldie. If you got any brains in that little noggin of yours, you'll shut your yap and take a few steps back.
Or what?
Elsa, don't.
Or you'll be on your face spitting out marbles faster than Ricochet Rabbit with his ass burning.
What?
Are you finding something especially amusing about this whole situation, Goldie?
Just your voice and your face and the way you talk. There's certainly nothing funny about the way you smell, though.
Listen here, you little twit.
No, you listen to me, you big, fat, redneck freak. You're the one who's gonna step back, or else you're gonna find yourself with a rather large smile beneath your chin.
You just put yourself in one heap of a fix, sugar. Now you got just two choices, hun. Cut my throat or lower that blade. And either way, it ends up not good for you.
Well, one way certainly doesn't end well for you.
You got 3 seconds, hun. 3 seconds to make up your mind.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. It was pretty stupid of me to pull my knife on you. Maybe we can start over. I'd much rather be friends than enemies. I just moved into town. My name is Elsa.
For the smallest of moments, Bobby Joe's attention fell to the lowering knife, and she dropped her steadfast guard. In that moment, Elsa struck, punching Bobby Joe square in the face with her brass-knuckled fist. There was a sickening crunching sound as Bobby Joe's head flew back. Dizziness and confusion filled her skull. Before the woman had even a moment to grasp what had just happened to her, Elsa was on top of her, striking her again. Boone watched in awe and dismay as Elsa hit the woman again, and again, and again. She's not going to stop, he thought. Good Lord, she isn't going to stop.
Elsa!
Boone grabbed hold of Elsa's arm, ending her assault. Elsa turned and looked up at Boone, and when she did, a chill ran up the boy's spine. He had never seen such fury in the eyes of a human being before. It was as if he was staring not into the eyes of a person, but of a crazed animal. Elsa's eyes then focused on him, and the rage disappeared from her face. It had only lasted a second or two, but to Boone it had seemed much longer. Elsa unsheathed her knife again and bent down over Bobby Joe, who lay moaning on the ground. Her face was shattered and broken, and blood flowed rapidly from her nose and mouth. Elsa placed the knife blade to the woman's throat once again, this time applying enough pressure to draw a small trickle of blood. Bobby Joe coughed and gasped, falling in and out of consciousness. Elsa was surprised that the woman was still awake at all.
Are you still there? Or did I scramble your brains? If you can hear me, then listen well. If you ever touch me, talk to me, or even look at me again, I'm going to kill you. Not scare you, not hurt you. Kill you. You were lucky today, but I'm not always in such a good mood. I hope you understand what I'm telling you. Now pick up your teeth and drag your fat ass on out of here. I wonder if I actually ended up straightening out any of her teeth. What's wrong, Boone?
You could have killed her, Elsa.
Well, I wasn't trying to, but accidents do happen. Why are you looking at me like that?
I never saw anybody do anything like that to someone else.
Don't worry, she's got a thick skull like an ox. She'll be all right. Besides, she deserved it. I bet she won't be picking on you again for a while. Maybe not ever again.
Would you really kill her?
Oh, honey, I was just trying to scare her. Of course I would never go that far. Who do you think I am?
I don't know.
He did it, Eric. Boone opened the safe and put the ring inside. I cut a look and that thing is loaded with cash.
That's good.
Is that all you're going to say?
All right, I'll admit it. You did a good job with handling that retarded boy all by yourself.
You know, for once in your life you can say, "Good job, Elsa, you're not such a bad sister to have after all."
Maybe when we're far from this place with the money in our hands, I might admit you did okay. But for right now, all you've done is dupe a dim-witted kid into putting a ring inside a safe.
He's not that dumb, he just talks silly.
So now he just talks funny.
You're a horse's ass.
Who's that?
Who knows? Just two ugly jerks.
The next day, sometime in the late afternoon, Eric and Elsa walked down the long road to the Palmer's Market. They imagined they would have little trouble getting Boone to open the safe for them, and when he did, they would strike. They would then load the bags of money into the boy's truck and be gone. They entered the store and, to their good fortune, found it to be empty of customers. There stood Boone behind the counter as usual, but his face did not show the usual smile he had earlier exhibited when seeing Elsa.
Hi, Boone. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine, Elsa.
Boone, this is my brother Eric. We'll be leaving town for a while, so if you wouldn't mind getting me my ring.
Oh, sure thing. So, where are you folks off to?
Oh, we're going to visit our father. It's his birthday this week, and we have a big surprise for him.
And for you too, Boone.
Can't anybody let me know when they're going to shoot somebody? Why did you do that anyway? He opened the safe.
And if you closed it again? What then, genius? Besides, young Boone had to die anyway. He would have told the police all about us. This way nobody knows what happened.
But, Eric...
What?
His father. He may have let a robbery go, but this?
We won't have to worry about his father if you'll shut up and help me. Maybe some drifter just passed through here and saw an opportunity. These aren't big city cops, Elsa. If we do this smart, we'll be fine. Give me a hand, and we'll drag him into that back room.
Ew? I'm sure you can manage. He doesn't look heavy. Sorry about all the trouble, Boony boy.
I thought you locked the door.
I'm sorry, Eric. I forgot.
You stupid twit.
Sorry. Oh, shit.
What happened?
It was an accident.
An accident?
What are you doing here, Sam? Who's with you?
I'm not stupid. I know what you did. You killed him. You're gonna rob the store. You're bad people. You're killers.
Sam, wait!
Get him.
What are you going to do?
Jeremiah knows Sam's here. He'll be back to pick him up shortly. I'll need to deal with him. What are you waiting for? He's going to get away.
Damn it! Sam! Sam!
Sam thought for a moment how foolish he had been not to have realized the kind of people the Rileys were. All the signs had been there, but he had always believed that people like this came out of the shadows and were dark and cruel and scary. Elsa had been funny and friendly, and Eric had been kind and helpful, but it was, Sam now realized, only a mask they had worn. A mask of friendship to fool him and his grandparents. Oh, his grandparents. Somehow, Sam had to escape this, if not for his own life, then to warn his grandparents about these two.
I'm not gonna hurt you, Sam. I just want to talk to you.
He could hear Elsa approaching. Was there anything he could do? If he took off running now, Elsa would spot him. If he remained hidden, she would find him eventually. And if she caught him, she would kill him.
Here, I'll put it away, all right? There now, honey, you can come out. Where are you, you little rat?
Maybe he could fight. Eric was not with her, and if he could manage to get past Elsa, he could make it into town and get help. He picked up a fist-sized rock. Perhaps there was a chance. Despite being just a boy, Sam was strong for his age. But Elsa was an adult, and Sam knew that Elsa was very tough. But maybe if he could knock her down, stun her with the rock, he could get away. It was his only hope. As Elsa grew closer, Sam waited. Not yet. Not yet. She was close now, so close he could hear her breathing. Soon she would find him. He knew he would have to hurt her bad enough to get away. Could he do so? Sam had never hurt anybody before, and certainly not badly. But he knew that if he did not put Elsa down, that it would mean his life, and possibly his grandparents' lives as well. She was here, right here. She would find him. Not yet. Not yet. Now, using all the courage he could find, Sam darted out from behind a tree with a shout. He saw a look of surprise on Elsa's face and did not hesitate. Using as much strength as he could, he kicked her hard in her knee. Elsa shouted out in pain and fell down to one leg. Sam paused for only the briefest of seconds before slamming the rock into the side of her head, knocking her fully to the ground. Sam dropped the rock and ran, but did not get far. She had him. She had hold of his ankle. Oh God, he had not hit her hard enough. Elsa pulled back on his ankle and dragged him to the ground. He struggled to rise, but Elsa was on top of him instantly. Her knife now drawn, she brought it down on him, and Sam felt a piercing pain shoot up his leg, but he did not scream out. Instead, he pulled back his other leg and kicked Elsa hard in the shoulder, causing the knife to fly from her hand. Sam could see now the rage in Elsa's face. If she would have killed him before out of necessity, now it would be out of rage. He once again tried to stand up but fell back down, his injured leg refusing to work. Sam then felt a tightness around his throat, and the airflow to his lungs was cut off. Elsa now had her arms around his throat and was fiercely struggling to either strangle the boy or perhaps break his neck. He gasped for air and thrashed around frantically. He began to grow dizzy, and the world began to grow dark. He could hear Elsa growling like a fierce bobcat and knew that she would not let him go until he was dead. Using every last bit of will he had, Sam managed to strike Elsa in her ribs with his elbow, which loosened her grip just enough for him to twist out of her grasp. He turned around and punched Elsa in her face as hard as he possibly could, knocking her backwards to the forest floor. This was it, his last chance. Sam stood and tried to run but stumbled and fell. His wounded leg had failed him again, and he would need to crawl if he wanted to live. Hopefully he had knocked Elsa unconscious and she would stay that way until he at least made it to the road. But this was not to be the case, as Elsa was back on top of him, her knife again in her hand. She appeared to be dazed but far from out. She came down on him once again with her blade, this time aiming for his chest. Sam caught her wrists and tried desperately to hold back her arms. He looked up into Elsa's eyes with tears falling from his own. The Elsa that he had known was no longer present there. Instead, he saw the real Elsa, the one behind the mask which he had not seen before, but which had been there all along. In her eyes, in her true eyes, Sam could see nothing at all. No feeling, no humanity. They were like the eyes of an animal, eyes without a soul. He felt his strength leaving him and the blade beginning to come down. Sam was strong, but Elsa was stronger. Papa, Graham, he thought, please take care. Please be brave. It was the last thought that went through his mind before Elsa plunged the knife into his chest. When Elsa returned to the market, she now saw that Eric had moved Boone's body into the back room. She also noticed that there was a new puddle of blood in front of the counter. Eric opened the back door to reveal the lifeless body of a second person.
It's Mr. Buck. Sam must have been with him today.
I found a key on good old Boone there. Where's the kid?
He's dead. I left him in the woods. He won't be found for some time.
Does Boone have a truck?
Yes, it's the blue one outside.
Let's go then.
A short while later, Eric pulled up in front of the Cooper's farm and turned off the engine of Boone's truck. It was late in the day now, and the sun was beginning to set on the horizon. Elsa looked at her brother, puzzled.
What are we doing back here?
Elsa, I honestly don't think you'd know enough to come in out of the rain. These people know who we are. They know our names. They can give our descriptions to the police. When they find out that their grandson was murdered, the market was robbed, and that you and I just happened to have split, how long do you think it's going to take for them to put it together? It was fortunate that old Buck came around when he did. Once we get rid of the old couple, everyone who we had any contact with will be dead, right? Right?
Yeah, right.
We'll take out good old Jeremiah first. We'll do it quick like with Boone. Then we'll go inside and take care of the old crow.
Then what?
Then we'll trade Boone's truck for Jeremiah's and hit the road. Once we get to a bigger town, we'll dump it and make a switch.
The people here are really a generous lot. Stupid daddy. Stupid old man thought we'd be like two helpless puppies without his guidance. I wonder if he ever did get his ransom money. I hope somebody shot his face off.
Let's get this over with, huh?
The two made their way down to the farm and noticed right away that something was wrong. The farm was oddly quiet and still. Where once the sounds of animals and machinery could be heard, there was only silence. The air itself had changed, feeling thicker and smelling differently than it had before. While searching the farm for Jeremiah and Abigail, the siblings had come across several dead animals. Strangely, no signs of trauma were present on their bodies. It also seemed as though many of the animals were just gone. When they got to the house, they searched it top to bottom but saw no sign of the Coopers. Their truck had been down by the pigsty, but no one seemed to be present anywhere on the farm.
What the hell happened here?
I don't know.
Where are they?
Let's check down by the hut.
No, this doesn't feel right. Let's get out of here, Eric.
We can't. Not until we find them. If you want to go wait in the truck, then go ahead.
I think they know. They must know something.
They couldn't possibly know. Stop being paranoid. Besides, what sense would it make to kill their own animals? To scare us away? Come on. Let's go check down at the hut.
Eric, what if we don't find them?
We will.
Finally, the two made their way down to the hut. Along the way, they discovered the bodies of more dead animals, none of them giving away any hint of what killed them. When they reached the hut, they were met by a ghastly scene. Two bloody skeletons were seated at a table. It looked as though the flesh had recently been torn from their bones. Whoever had done it had placed each skeleton at the table as though they were gathered there to enjoy a meal. Off to one side of the table sat a large steel barrel containing a black liquid. The two could feel an intense heat being emitted from the barrel, even from the distance which they were standing.
What the hell, Eric? Is this a joke?
What at first had looked to have been a tablecloth now appeared to be two bloody skins, stitched together and laid out over the table. The air in that place smelled terrible, and an ominous feeling surrounded the entire scene.
Eric, can we get the hell out of here, please?
What the hell did you people do to bring down this wrath on yourselves?
Hello? Eric, whoever did this may still be here.
I don't think so. Whoever did this is long gone. And this works out perfectly for us. Whatever lunatic caused this chaos also murdered Boone, Sam, and Buck. At least that's how it'll play out.
That's fine, Eric, but I'm starting to get sick here. This place stinks.
All right, come on.
Eric?
Shh. Where did it come from? Who's there? We know you're in there. Come on out.
What in God's name are you doing?
There's nobody in there.
Eric!
What a sick freak. He's dressed up like the damn scarecrow.
Who is he?
I don't know. Let's take off his
Kill him!
I did.
Kill him again! Holy shit, Eric! What the hell is going on here? His head blew off the same way as when I shot the scarecrow before.
Elsa, come over here. Take a look at this. Jesus!
Get away from him!
Elsa, go! Run!
I'll get help, Eric! I'll get someone!
The scarecrow, the thing, after pulling the knife from Elsa's body, made its way back over to Eric. Eric tried to fight off his pain and get to his feet and flee, but the scarecrow was on him before he ever had a chance. Grasping his throat with a grip as strong as a vise, Harold held Eric in place and plunged the knife straight into his abdomen. Eric's eyes widened from the unimaginable pain. A horror he had never imagined swept through him as he stared into the false face of what he now knew was not a scarecrow and had never been. Eric's face contorted in agony as Harold twisted the blade and slid it up and up and up, stopping at his throat.
Leave him alone, you sick freak! Please! Somebody help us! Help us!
Elsa screamed in the background as she watched her brother being eviscerated by a thing she did not understand. Eric's body slid down into Harold's arms and the thing held him for a moment. Harold then went to work again, cutting through Eric's throat with the blade. Elsa laid frantically screaming from a few feet away. She could hear the blade tearing through bone and tendons. Blood flowed down over the grass like water from a faucet. Elsa continued screaming in an agonized wail as she watched Harold cut through Eric's throat, separating his head from his body. Whatever it was, scarecrow or not, it walked over to the large barrel of liquid and dropped Eric's head inside. The flesh from Eric's skull began to burn off the bone before his head even reached the bottom. Harold then made its way back over to the body of Eric. Lifting it up onto one shoulder, Harold carried Eric's body over to the table where the two skeletons sat in their frozen display. As with the other two, he propped Eric up into one of the seats and slid his entrails out across the table, making sure there were some on each of the plates. Finally, Harold, if that name still applied to the thing, lifted one of the dead pigs off of the ground and tore its head clean off. Walking back over to the table, he placed the head of the pig on top of Eric's body. With a long hook and wire he produced from a place unknown, Harold then began to stitch the two together.
No, please! Please don't! Oh my God, help me! No!
As Harold grabbed Elsa, she could feel the strength in his grip. It was a strength she knew she could never overcome, but how she desperately tried. Kicking, clawing, and screaming, she was dragged past the nightmarish scene which Harold had constructed and pulled over to the large barrel of black steaming fluid. Elsa grabbed onto each side of the barrel, fighting back against Harold with all of her might, when she could feel the intense heat, so hot that her skin had already began to blister. She let out one final scream before she was completely overpowered and her head submerged in the liquid. After only a few seconds, Harold pulled her head back out. The skin on her face had began to boil and melt from her bone. The strange liquid ran down into every orifice in her head, burning away all that it touched. He plunged her in again, and this time he held under for a longer period. Her arms and legs ceased their flailing, and when he pulled her out again, her entire face had been melted away to reveal only a skull frozen in an agonized scream. Harold lifted Elsa, still breathing, over his shoulder and carried her down to his post. He set her on the wooden beams and produced a hammer and some nails. With the hammer, he pounded the nails through Elsa's body, securing her to the post. He stared vacantly at her for a while, almost as if admiring his creation. He then walked back over past the table, past the barrel, and stopped at a corner of the hut. Grabbing onto some of the wooden beams, Harold climbed to the roof and stood there for a long while, looking over the farm. After that, he did not move again, and all was quiet and still.